Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch this video, and you will receive entries into this beautiful Michael Kors purse drawing for watching the video and then filling out the Google survey. The end of this video is going to have the password, so stay with us. You're going to need that to fill out the survey. And make sure you answer every question on the survey to get into the drawing for this beautiful, beautiful Michael Kors purse. And every time, not every time, I shouldn't say that. When you finish the survey, your consultant will get an entry as well. So thank you for taking your time to listen to us and for helping your consultant to get entries to this amazing drawing. So I am Heather, and this is my mom, Judy, and we are lifelong Mary Kay consultants, and we have decided to make this our career with Mary Kay. But we haven't been in Mary Kay for our whole lifetime. I've been with Mary Kay for, I think, 28 years. And how long have you been with Mary Kay, Mom?
34.
And we have done this because we truly believe in the company, in the products, and in the opportunity. And we believe making it fit for where you're at in your life. We understand not everybody is looking for another career. Not everybody even wants to tell their friends and family that they decided to join Mary Kay and be a consultant. They just like to do it for themselves and get the products that cost. And that is really our heart, is to find how this fits best for you. And if it fits best for you being a customer to your consultant, that's amazing as well. We will have you be a customer forever and ever and ever. But we would like to share a little bit about why we have decided to become Mary Kay consultants and stay with it for all the years that we have. And so what I have found in my 28 years with Mary Kay is that women come in for community, connection, and cash. Those are the 3 C's that really appeal to us. We have an amazing community with Mary Kay. It is a sisterhood like none other. There is connection. Even though we do a lot virtually, we still have some of the best connections and friendships and doing life with each other. And then, of course, cash. You cannot beat that 50%. When you sell a product, we make 50% of what we sell. And so it's a really good way. If you need some extra cash in your life, it's a good opportunity for that. But right now, I'm going to let my mom share with you why she decided those years ago to join Mary Kay and why she's still here 40 plus years later. So go ahead, Mom.
Well, I started with Mary Kay because we at the time, back in the olden days, during the early 80s, there was people that lost major jobs. They were losing major careers. It was much bigger than when we had COVID. So we went through that time, and during that time, I needed to have some extra cash, and because it was just a real hard time for my husband to get a job. He worked for the mill, and so if they called back, they wherever he was working, then they knew he'd go right back. But anyway, so I went to an event at the Loveland Community Building, and I heard the marketing program. And I was hearing the marketing program. I thought, I could, if I can make 50%, that if I could just sell $100 5 days a week, that's still pretty good money, right? That's $500 in 5 days. So that 50% is what really caught me. So that's what we did, and it's worked out famously. It worked out great for our family. David was staying home with the children and our very sick little boy, and I could still only be gone 2 hours away. I'm not going to be gone 5 or 6 hours at a time. So it worked out really, really well to be able to do that. Now, and let's just say move on to 20 years later. Why am I still there? Well, let's go back to 10 years. Okay. So after he gets his job back and everything like that, things started to be a little bit normal. But I came in for necessity and then ended up staying, especially in the middle of my career, for niceties. Niceties for Heather's dancing costumes, niceties for dance lessons, niceties to do anything we wanted to do at that time, and just have extra cash. So that's what we ended up being in the middle. And it paid for a lot of dance costumes, right, Heather?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of dance lessons. So, but now, let's move on to 40 years later. Why am I still here? Because of the community, because having the connection with women the way that we have. We are, just like she said, it's a sisterhood. For anyone that wants to join us, we really do take care of each other. We won't bother you if you don't want that, but if you do, we are here for you at all times, because this is a Christian-based company. And Mary Kay, in fact, the real reason I came in was because of cash and that 50%. But I did read the Mary Kay autobiography right away. You do need to take the time to read that autobiography if you're brand new or you're just thinking about coming in. I have tons of them. I'm sure you have tons of them, Heather.
I do.
They're super fast, easy reading. But she gives her whole life story there very quickly, and how this was meant to be for the Lord. This was meant for the Lord. And she was on not advertising, but a talk show back in 60 Minutes, and the man there, of course, being a little bit more aggravating to her, said, "Don't you think you're just using God?" Because she mentions God in her autobiography. And she said, "No, I know, I pray that he's using me." And that's exactly when I knew I was in the right place, in the right ministry, and working with women on a consistent basis. But Mary Kay started this whole opportunity, I mean, the whole ball of wax, with women can make a huge amount of money, whatever they want, in a short amount of time. So that way they can make the money and still go back home with the children. Now in this area, you don't even have to leave home to do it. You can do it all through our computer. So she had no idea, but she was such a woman beyond her dreams about what she was doing for American women. And of course, we're in 28 other countries as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I grew up as a Mary Kay kid. And so I saw how being an entrepreneur and having your own business and having that flexibility and working from home. And I had some other careers. I had a preschool. I went to school to be a paralegal. I lasted one day, and then I had a preschool and was a nanny. I loved that. But when it came time, when I had to make a decision of what was best for my family, and my daughter, who was 7 at the time, and it was to do Mary Kay full time, so I could have that flexibility and take her to every single softball practice and basketball game, and be there after school, and do everything that I needed to do for her. And fast forward now with my husband's career, we have moved quite a few times. We are finally, right this minute, settled in Fort Lauderdale, Florida area for a while here. But I don't know how I would have done that with a regular, a corporate job, because I have had to have so much flexibility in my life with my daughter, with my husband, with my own health needs. And this business has been so good for me to stand in that gap and work when I can, and then still have the benefits of the sales, of the reorders, when life happens and I need to put my efforts into a different direction for a while. And so that is what kept me in with Mary Kay for all these years, is having that flexibility. And, we all love this product, and we put it on the morning and we wash it off at night, and we need to buy more, right? So whether you decide to come into Mary Kay and just be a smart shopper and decide that to get your own products that cost, which is 50%, you can look through that lookbook, and everything in there is half price. So if you decide like, hey, I want to be a smart shopper, I want to learn a little bit more on how that works, you'll be able to answer that question in the survey and let us know. And we'll be more than happy to explain to you how that works. Maybe you're looking for something part-time. Maybe you have more month than money, right? Your paycheck runs out and you still have bills to pay, but you don't have time to go out and find another job. You can take this where you already go in life. Books and samples, everything virtual. I work almost all virtually, so I can do it right here in my home. I have 4 dogs, and my daughter and her husband live close by. We're really active in their lives, and so it gives me, again, that flexibility. That is really important to me, that I can stand in the gap and be there for my friends and family, but yet still bring income home to my family. So that is one way. You can be a part-time consultant. If you sell $100 in a week, $50 is your profit. The other 50 goes to buy the product that you sold. And remember, it's consumable. It is a consumable product. I always tell everybody, more than likely at some point in time in your life, you're going to sell something, right? You're going to be in some company to sell something. Sell a consumable product, so the customers that you build at the beginning, you'll have forever. I still have my very first customer from 28 years ago. She still buys product from me. So the third type of consultant is a full-time consultant. Maybe you're listening to this and there's just something in your heart and you're like, I'm looking for something more. I'm looking for a plan B. I'm looking for a plan C. I need something different in my life, and you're ready to be a full-time consultant. Our full-time consultants work 6 to 8 hours generally a week with their Mary Kay business, but they're doing it as a business. They're going to be going to trainings. They're going to be holding parties. They are going to be sending books to their customers. That type of actions makes you a full-time consultant. And then the last type is career, and that is myself and my mom, where this is our full-time job. This is how we bring money home to our family, is through our Mary Kay business. So if you want to get your products at cost and not even tell anybody and just be a smart shopper, or if you're looking for something more, everybody starts with a starter kit. And these are your options that you can choose right now. Everybody can come in for just $35. It has never been easier. It's never been easier. Come in for $35 and we do everything virtually for you. And you can make some extra money. So it's just $35. You get some samples for that. But that is called your Mary Kay eStart.
You get a lot of samples for that. And that's not only, are we talking about 35? I'm sorry. I'm going on to the next one. Go ahead.
Then if you decide that you would like to add on what they call the Pro Start, you can add that on, and you have 15 days to make that decision. For just $90, you can add that on if you want. But $35, get your foot in the door, right? You have 15 days to decide if you want to add on the Pro Start, which is $90. In that, you're going to get over $400 worth of full-size product, full-size time-wise cleansers, moisturizers, day and night solution, mascara, eye makeup remover, I think a translucent powder in there, and lots and lots and lots of samples. Oh, 5cc creams also comes in there. But really the decision you have to make right now is if you're like, yeah, I'll stick my toe in. I'll put my toe in the pool and give it a try. For $35, what do I have to lose? And if something happens and you decide that this wasn't for you, that's perfectly fine. Nobody's going to be mad at you. You just simply go back to being a customer versus a consultant. So we want to thank you again for taking your time, for listening to our video. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to your consultant. And here's your password. The password is MK. You're going to need to know this when you fill out your Google form, MK. Because we are Mary Kay, and we're giving away a Michael Kors purse. So MK is the password. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. So I'll